you anti-Muslim?
I'm against rape and murder. I'm against the imposition of rules and laws that are contrary to what we've come to accept in the West.
Conquering, killing, enslaving, imprisoning, raping, and outbreeding. It's the only way that Islam has grown, with one exception: prison. I've had this discussion here, I guess kind of internally. Where do you go from, with what we've done? You know, I set out to, create a show and there were no shows. I set out to fight against big tech and make sure that censorship, and that has been accomplished by, you know, a wide group of people, yourself very much included. The goal now is just to continue rapidly shifting that Overton window within society, to make it okay for everyone on the right to be completely unapologetic, so we can actually have these discussions without the labels ever again of racism, transphobic. And by the way, that is kind of dying right now. We're observing the graveyard of the leftist, the Marxist, the woke terms. There are people on the right who want to see a resurgence, you know, people who claim to be on the right, the Marxist right, largely the Islam supporters, folks like that, the big government supporters who claim to be populist, but really this new form of socialist. But the goal here is to shift that Overton window, because you shouldn't feel bad, you shouldn't be nervous, and you should make no apologies for actually having the views that you do. And Elon Musk is doing that pretty effectively. It's time for the latest installment of Doctors and Engineers.
We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers.
I want that black pastor on the show, and I want that guy on the show.
Yeah.
So, interview with The Economist, Elon Musk. Let's just, simply as possible. He was asked, are you anti-Muslim? Here you go.
Are you anti-Muslim?
I'm against having, if people are coming to a country with antithetical views, I am against that.
Me too.
I'm against that. You know, I'm against I'm against rape and murder. I'm against the imposition of rules and laws that are contrary to what we've come to accept in the West. And I think it's a crying shame that the sort of traditional media, like you, don't recognize this.
Yep. You know who doesn't apologize for it? Every single Islamic country that expects you to get in line with their laws.
Right.
And their principles, which, just to address what Elon said, does have rape in some form or another, murder in some form or another, as you would recognize it as a Westerner, codified into law. He is not saying all Muslims are rapists. He's not saying all Muslims are murderers. He is saying people who hold antithetical views to the Western world, let's just use the United States, where a woman needs insert X number of witnesses here to willfully admit to rape for rape to actually be charged, otherwise she will be punished. Insert view here of immigrant, they view the murder of an apostate or an infidel, someone who refuses to be subjugated, as ordained by God and it being codified into law. These are laws. These are permissible actions across the Islamic world. People coming from those countries tend to hold those views. Let me give you another example. I'll prove it. People coming from Europe, from the UK, they tend to view it as permissible to arrest people for offensive speech because that's the law of the land from where they come. And Elon doesn't hate Muslims. He even let one of them fly his last rocket.
Plus 40 seconds. Oh no.
I think he was too tolerant.
Oh, it's the best. It'll always be the best.
So just to every now and then reality slaps you in the face. You can go watch the whole interview, and she tries to catch him and do the whole, well, you don't know what I know, and I spend time in the UK, and I'm a crusty old hag.
Yeah, she told Elon he can't be talking about and trying to influence, Western European politics because he doesn't live in Europe. Meanwhile, a reporter for The Economist surely would never try to influence American politics and
Right,
culture.
exactly right, yeah. Well, but we were here first, and you left us, so we feel like we are again. I'm a crusty old hag. Now, every now and then reality slaps you in the face. So The Economist uploaded their Elon Musk interview online. YouTube's where I saw it. 10:01 Eastern a.m. At 1:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe, this happened in New York City.
And we begin here at 6 with some breaking news. It was a scary scene on the Upper West Side where 2 men were stabbed in a random attack.
The NYPD says detectives are evaluating whether this could be a hate crime, but emphasize the investigation is still in its early stages.
This man had yelled Allahu Akbar and had taken a screwdriver and stabbed him directly in the chest.
You should have led with that.
He did.
The news reporter did
He led with it.
Yeah, he led with it. He led with it. You'd think, right? Like, oh, something happened in New York City. Let's get the details on the ground. Hold on a second. Was Allahu Akbar yelled? Do you think that first anchor didn't know? In other words, there was the selection. I'm not going to include it.
Right.
Why? Why? And you see this all the time. It is relevant. It's not hateful. It's relevant to understand the motive. And one thing I will personally thank Muslims for. I know you never thought you'd see this. I'm very thankful to the followers of Islam for seldom do we have the motive when we are investigating a crime announced before the crime is committed. But Muslims do it very regularly, and so you make the investigation incredibly efficient. I'm very grateful to the Muslim community for yelling, "I'm doing this for Allah!" It's like, well, good. We don't need Detective Comics on the case.
Yeah, that's like 1/3 of the old detective process.
Yes.
Is motive.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like, Allahu Akbar. Tight-lipped, see? Allahu Akbar. Maybe you'll talk downtown. Allahu Akbar.
We may never know what happened.
We may never know what happened on that fateful day in Central Park with the man who wore the towel on his head. That's how we refer to him, man with towel on head, who would yell some strange language, something about Allahu and snacks. By the way, just so you're clear, before we get to the anecdotal, the empirical 198 million Muslims support violence against civilians. Period. Okay? Let's round it up. I'll do that. You guys can criticize me. 200 million. Go check the references. Then you look in 2026, 872 Islamic-inspired attacks globally. Terror attacks globally are, the overwhelming majority of them, depending on the year, give or take a few percentage points, Islam. Jesse, what happened?
It's the darndest thing. I was walking across the street the other day, and then out of nowhere, a Dodge Magnum plows right into me. Takes me out.
Should have taken your foundation.
What would a multivitamin help with a car crash?
Well, if you think about it, the amount of time it would take you to open the bottle and take your daily dose, put it in your mouth, then chug it down with some water, probably would take about, I don't know, we say 9, 12 seconds. Is that fair?
Sure.
At that point, the car would have been on its way and never would have hit you. You'd be fine.
Yeah, like the butterfly effect.
No. More like foundation destination. Final destination. I'm Devin Sawa. You'd be the guy from Dawson's Creek who dies first. He was gay.
Okay.
Proven science, zero secrets. That's your foundation. Visit foundationdaily.com today. Subscribe, save 40% off for life.
Maybe he was bi.
That's irrefutable.
Religion
but
of peace. Sorry.
yes, religion of peace.
Just get it right.
But
2026 isn't even over yet.
no, it's not even over
It's
yet.
barely halfway done.
I know. There's going to be quite
So we
a
could
few more.
expect 1,600 by the end of the year.
Well, that's the empirical, but again, you just can't stats. They don't really tell the full story, right? They're lies, damn lies, and statistics, and don't believe your lying eyes and ears.
He's trying to cut his hair off. He's mate. Hurry up. Hurry up. He's slicing his hair off here. Hurry up. The fuck. Hurry up. Come on, Boston. Come on. Get him. Quick.
I can tell you that we have confirmed reports that prior to him conducting this act of terrorism, he shouted, or stated, Allah Akbar.
But why?
Así eres esto porque trabajamos juntos, porque te conozco mucho tiempo, como
Accidentally caught on camera.
Perhaps this Allahu Akbar is some secret gang symbol.
We will never know.
This one's kind of funny. Now replace it with Christ is King.
Yeah.
You know what the narrative would be immediately. It just takes one right now. By the way, I like how Elon answered this. She said, "Are you anti-Muslim?" And he goes, "I'm anti anybody that has views that are antithetical to the West coming in." Like he really crystallized it for her. It's not about a religion necessarily. Yes, it does get to that, but I'm against anybody with these views. Deal with that.
Yep.
You can't.
There are a lot of people across the world that wouldn't want an American moving into their country, having kids, them getting into government, and then making guns legal.
Exactly.
They say this all the time about us. Oh, those Americans, they love their guns. Well, yeah, it's enshrined in our Constitution. No, let's do the same thing with rape and murder in other countries. No. That's different.
You know what? Let's not even take the extreme example. Let's take the most mild example. How do you think Americans would be treated as immigrants in any Islamic nation if they said, we're here to use their systems, get in their roles of government, and actually enshrine freedom of speech so that you can criticize the prophet?
Good luck.
Just that. You don't need guns. You should be able to draw a picture. They would be executed. We don't want to let the people who support said execution into this country. Hey, you understand it? Simple? Well, here's the backlash. The Islamic advocates, and many of whom have, grifted their way into the right. AIPAC can go screw themselves with a wire brush. Not a fan of what Netanyahu has been doing. Israel needs to get their act together. Understood? Islam is a problem. The idea that if you have a problem, you must embrace the other. Islam seeks to conquer and or subvert the entire Western world. That's why you see this response to Elon Musk. Anyone who claims to be on the right and says Christians and Muslims are actually very much alike is a liar. They are not your friend. They are trying to lead you astray. Just to be clear, here's someone on the Elon Musk interview, Mukhtar. Nothing like perpetuating the name stereotype.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is a racist Islamophobe. We all knew it. That's why he funds Tommy Robinson and Rupert Lowe. If you thought that name was good, the next one, Dr. Muhammad is the next one. Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. Elon Musk is ignorant. I'm going to reply him, give him a piece of my doctor mind. He's ignorant when it comes to understanding history and culture. He has built his wealth as a vulture capitalist, and he now uses his wealth to attack Muslims and Islam and supports genocide. Right. Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing. Let's say he's a vulture capitalist. All right, fine. I still would support, I'm not saying it's good, vulture capitalism over conquering and enslaving. The only way that Islam has spread historically, never once peacefully. Conquering, killing, enslaving, imprisoning, raping, and outbreeding. It's the only way that Islam has grown, with one exception, prison. Here's the idiot Sneeko, who, by the way, when you have a head shaped like this, you don't get to continue with this haircut.
If people are coming to a country
like you, I was born here.
Antithetical views.
I was born in America, born in New York City.
Let him finish, idiot.
I am against that.
He's talking about me.
The imposition of
He's right on that one.
rules and laws that are contrary to what we've come to accept in the West.
He's so dumb. I have to destroy him in a debate, bro. He's so stupid. He's trying to figure out the right-wing X talking points in real time. Antithetical. Yeah, he's anti-Islam.
Careful, you're telling on yourself.
Is he going to get taken down from hate speech? He didn't say no. He's just basically saying, so he doesn't know what Islam is. All he knows
Pause.
is
Do you see what he just did?
He's from
he just told on himself. He said, he's trying to come up with the right-wing talk. No, that was Sneeko, right? Sneeko, who acted like he was on the right, now he's had a falling out with everyone on the right, and including, not necessarily on the right, but Nick Fuentes. I guess they're having a tiff right now. And then he goes on to say, is he going to be removed for hate speech? Which means that in some to some degree, on some level, he of course does support some type of repercussions or punishment for people criticizing Islam. He has said so in the past. This man has never been on the right. This man has never been conservative. He wouldn't show up to debate me. That offer, by the way, is no longer extended because he chickened out. This is what I'm talking about. People who came in to deceive you, make some money off of you. This is not someone who understands what America is about. I don't care about the laddie and longie as to where he was born. Continue the clip.
Wokeness, libs of TikTok, and from Cat Turd on X. That's his idea of Islam. He learned about the Quran from Alex Jones, who says, I read all the hadiths in the Quran. He doesn't know anything. That's his idea, is just Mossad slop and Tommy Rubenstein.
He was watching along with that, and he goes, he's talking about me, bro. And right after he said that, Elon's like, don't like rip and murder. I'm like, oh, he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird, dude.
I wouldn't admit to that.
No. I didn't learn anything from Alex Jones on Islam or Elon Musk. Did learn it from Muhammad. If there was a Harry Chapin song, at the end, the son would be calling from college, only he'd be a warlord banging 6-year-olds.
9.
Thighs. And then only real sex when they're 9, because he was a gentleman.
Yeah.
The reporter from I turned out just like you did. Harry Chapin.
I got a 9-year-old too.
Banged a 6-year-old thighs just the other day.
Don't clip that. That's not even fair. We were doing a voice.
Ed, if it doesn't sound like a voice, then it wasn't a voice.
I'm the holiest prophet. You gotta kill the gays. All right, here's the Economist reporter pressing Elon on other things that he said. And here's the fun, and I get it, you can say, because, I mean, look, for crying out loud, I had a flashlight to do Tales from the Crypt. Silliness. You could say this is an unserious program. Granted. But this woman is an unserious person dressed up to present as something that she's not. Watch.
Elon, you have, what is it, close to 250 million followers on X.
Yeah, because
you say things like,
popular guy.
Quote, civil war in Britain is inevitable. Just a question
on the current
of when.
trend, yes.
I mean, when were you last in the UK?
A few years ago.
Exactly.
But have you been there?
So I live there. I'm there the whole time. That is nonsense.
You live in a cloistered existence.
No, I don't, actually. And the numbers also disprove what you say.
What numbers?
All the numbers about crime. London is a much safer city than any city in the United States.
Wrong.
Violent crime in the UK is not where you think it is. In fact, it's coming down. You have painted, and because you have so many followers, so many Americans believe it, a kind of view that Europe and the UK are kind of, overrun with terrifying Muslim immigrants. There's rape on every corner. There's a sort of civilizational destruction.
I haven't said any of those things. If you have a large and rapidly growing group of people whose beliefs are antithetical to Western beliefs, at some point there will be a reckoning. They will try to implement their views, and those who oppose it will oppose it, and that's what you call civil war.
I actually often find that Elon Musk is not particularly articulate off the cuff. I think he did a much better job here than he usually does, and he deserves some credit. By the way, Tim, grab the wide shot where you can see her and him and just get still frame that. I'm going to go to it in a second. So just to reiterate what he said or to undergird it, a new study came out, more than 1/3 Britons agree that, quote, the growth in the Muslim population poses a foundational threat to UK culture, yeah? Then you look at demographic shifts in the UK from 2011 to today. It's gone up 50% from 2.7 million to 4 million. Combine that with the numbers that 200 million Muslims worldwide support violence against civilians. You look at the global terrorism. You look at, I would even say, far more concerning when she goes, you're saying, they're all rape. There was rape on every corner and murder on every corner. I didn't say any of those things. Let me make it worse, though, and I'll just do it with the truth. You don't need to say rape on every corner, but if I was Elon Musk, I would say, well, no, but your government aided and abetted and covered up migrants raping young women and were not held accountable for hundreds of thousands. So I think it's worse. He could have said that. Well, tell that to my Spice Go platform shoes. That's why I asked for the screen grab, Tim. I'm a serious journalist. Everybody in the world, spice up your life.
If you want to be my lover, you got to ask my Muslim husband.
It's also interesting she went to things that are not indicators of civil war.
Right.
Elon Musk is not saying, hey, you have high crime in the UK right now, and that's going to lead to civil war. Or, hey, there's rapists on every corner, and that's going to lead to civil war. What he's saying is you have an invasion. You have a culture coming in trying to replace yours. The government is aiding and abetting that. The people have been voicing their concern and fighting back to no avail. And now they get to see video after video after video of the other parties being prioritized in the Novak case where he died and somebody's head being sawn off. They get to see that. And that's what leads to civil war. She addressed none of that.
Yeah. Let me really simplify this argument. Everything you just said is correct. Here's how you know it'll lead to civil war. Every single time historically Muslims have reached a majority of a country or gotten to the point where they can attain power, it's war.
They do.
Are there any exceptions? No. That's it. Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble. We can still speak freely and even use words like and gay and whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. Snuck in.